Welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to be hopping in the ice house with Brian Brosdahl. He's going to share a bunch of really good tips, and he's also going to show off Northland's new Thumper Spoon, which is one of my favorite spoons that I've ever used. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Bro's actually going to start us off with a little rundown, a little overview on what the Thumper Spoon is all about.
Check out this new Thumper Spoon. This spoon works great in a lot of different situations. I really love it in the shallows. The neat thing is this little flicker blade here will draw fish in, and whenever you watch bait fish swimming coming up and around your bait, you can see one little fin moving, and that really kicks it in good. Great action, and it tumbles really wide to the side. The colors, really cool. 12 different colors, and it has a really unique style. This is actually a brass stamped lure, so it actually is super strong, going to survive a lot of big fish, and it has amazing action. Really thin, and it has little curves in it that allow it to tumble really long to the side, but that little flicker tail and that eyeball at the bottom really seals the deal. And this is a fantastic bait for perch, walleyes, crappies, and they're in a bunch of different sizes: a 1/16, 1/8, 3/16, and quarter. So you have a bait size for every type of fishing in every situation. But shallow water, you get maximum amount of movement in a short distance. So fishing flats, weed beds, shoreline connected points, fishing for perch, walleyes, you cover a lot of water in one small hole because it goes off to the side and draws fish in. Creates killer strikes, and a great search bait. Will get you there and bring fish in. Love it. And this is a spoon that I would use in a lot of shallow weed bed, rock pile situations. But if you're going to fish deep, it just takes longer to get down there. But one thing I've noticed over weed beds and shallow flats, the fish are already gravitating towards it before it even gets halfway down there. It has that much action. And with the flash and attraction, and the metallic colors refract off the ice, creating a school of baitfish type of response, and the fish come in just scrambling. Neat thing in shallow water, just take your time, drop it, let it get down there, and the action is amazing. Tip it. Smaller bait, not real big bait, because you don't want to impede the action of the spoon. Euro larva, a couple of waxworms, or a smaller minnow head, and you're in business.
All right, now that we have a little overview on the Thumper Spoon, we're going to get into some of the fish catching, and Brian's going to show off a really nice perch that he caught on this day.
Well, and you got to watch on the fall, because that's when they're going to hit. Come here. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Oh, look at that one. That's a thumper that thumped the thumper. What a beauty. Look at that. Show us your fin. Nice fish. Little minnow head on there, and let it go. You get some real good action on these and killer strikes. Nice fish. I'm gonna let that go. That's a big spawning female. But don't forget, Thumper Spoons, they're gonna catch a lot of perch for you. Here you go, buddy. All right. Yeah, I love it. The Thumper thumped one.
Now, one of the really cool things about Thumper Spoons and fluttering spoons just in general is the fact that they really cover a lot of water, and visually they can attract fish from a long distance away. So Bro's gonna break down how he likes to work the bait to do just that, attract fish from a long ways away, and he does something a little bit different as well. So you might want to pay attention and just see what Bro's doing here, because it's a little bit unique.
There's a lot of ways to fish this. If you're in shallow water, just drop it halfway down and start jigging. But even here, I'm almost 20 feet of water, just under. I'll drop it down about 5-6 feet, and I'll start ripping it. And I'm ripping it. I'm using a longer rod, 36, 38-inch rods, and give it a good rip, and then start dropping it down farther. You're drawing in fish from a distance, and whether you're using bright colors or metallics, it makes a big difference. And if you really want to get them going in 20, 30 feet of water, I'll rip it and grab my line to go the extra distance, and then you got the super long fall. So I'll do that again here. Rip it, grab the line, and go the extra distance. That is like a tournament technique to draw fish in from a long ways away. Aggressive jigging like that makes fish appear on your screen. When they come in close, That's where you just want to get it to tumble and flick that spinner blade in the middle to make those fish just come up and grab it. And with today's forward viewing and clear water, the thing is to get close to the bottom and maybe stay a little bit above. The bigger perch, the bigger, more aggressive walleyes are going to hit higher up because the water's gin clear. And it's not so much a relation to the bottom, it's a relation to where the fish are, where the bait fish are. So remember that. Don't be afraid to go a little higher up in the water column and rip that bait and let it tumble down.
All right, now it's time to talk about color. Always a very popular topic, and Bro has some good insights to share.
So here's Sneeze, but there's 10 different colors, so a wide variety of colors for match the hatch, dark water, clear water situations, perch patterns, pink tiger, you name it, and they are going to catch fish in every situation. So you have everything covered, and they create a lot of action. And bright colors like this are going to draw perch in from a distance. Wonder Bread is another great color, glows. So you pick the ones you want to use, and they're going to work. And you see that little spinner in the middle? That's really loud. It makes noise, it clacks, it's moving around, it's flashy, and it really seals the deal. When the fish are coming in and they're deciding whether or not to eat, that makes them bite. And look at that. More action, more tumble. It's a really noisy bait to get the fish interested.
All right, if you're just starting to jump into some of the ice preparation, some of the ice content right now, getting excited for the season, one thing that you should know is that Northland actually has 3 new spoons this year. We've done videos on all of them so far if you want a little bit more of an in-depth rundown. But really quick, Bro is gonna break down all 3 of them, including the Thumper Spoon, and then there's also a couple other tungsten offerings that are really cool. So listen up, Bro's gonna break down those 3 spoons right now to wrap up the video.
Now here we have the tungsten buckshot, which is super heavy, gets down there quick, has a brass rattle, and I would use it just about anywhere. It's going to get in there. It makes loud noise because it's a brass rattle in a metal object. So great colors, and that comes in 3 different sizes. That's in 1/8, 1/4, and 3/8. So I would use that just about anywhere. And then the slim spoon, get it down there really quick. This is a fast falling spoon with all the bright colors. Just to get it in, catch crappies, perch, deeper water fish, walleyes. It's going to be a great bait. Lake of the Woods, you're in 30 feet of water, you get down quick. And then going into the Thumper Spoon, thin stamped brass with all the great match the hatch colors and a little spinner tail in the middle. And you'll notice too on the thin spoon there's a little spinner tail at the bottom also. You can see it right there. And that draws in fish. When they come up close, it gets them to hit it. Really cool to have that right there. So on the Thumper Spoon, it's in the middle. And when you drop it, it's tumbling, but you'll see that spinner moving as it's dropping. When the fish come in, and it's at that moment when they're about to hit it, it pushes them over the edge. And so add a little bit of bait. On the Thumper Spoon, I go a smaller piece of bait because you really want it to tumble. And the thin spoon is about getting down there quick. Load it up with maggots, waxworms, minnow heads if you're fishing walleyes, perch, crappies. And then the buckshot, tungsten buckshot, is going to be the bait that is going to speed into the zone and you rattle them up. And fish can hear with their lateral line, and they have giant ears. So get that thing to rattle and you'll be able to hear it. Really kicks out a lot of sound. And what I like about all these, for different situations, you can use them all in any depth of water, but primarily I like the Thumper Spoon in shallow water, cover a good horizontal area, and the thin spoon, deep, get down there quick, and tungsten buckshot, get down there quick, because both of these spoons are tungsten. They're going to fast fall. This is a slab cut, so it's going to have a little bit more action, the thin spoon. And you can see it's like a coffin spoon, but a little bit narrower. And that slab kind of cut gets it to kind of tumble and do different things all the time. So, and then the buckshot. Drop it down and rattle them up. All different actions. Wild and crazy, pretty wild and pretty mellow, but loud. So I'll use them in most situations, and it's kind of the 1-2-3 punch. So when you're pulling into a spot, you want to find out how active the fish are. Start with a Thumper Spoon, but make sure to have a tungsten buckshot and a tungsten thin spoon on so you can speed fish and get through the area. Shallow water, I'm all Thumper Spoon. But you got to try them, and the neat thing about tungsten is it's smaller for its size, so you can get by with heavier lures in a smaller size. So if the fish are finicky, it's going to work out perfect. Cold fronts, any kind of bad weather coming in, that's going to be perfect. So really cool stuff from Northland here. 12 different colors in the tungsten buckshot, and you're ready to go.
All right, that's all we got for you in this one. Special thanks to Bro for sharing a bunch of really good information. And if you enjoyed this video and you learned something, make sure to hit that little red subscribe button down below, because we have a lot more awesome content coming in the future. And until then, we will see you in the next one.